Heritage is more than just a name. It's the foundation of every great day.
Right.
The world awaits. Be ready. Be Adler Stone.
Calm, deliberate tone. We tend to treat the morning shave as an obligation, a chore to knock out before the commute. But the act of washing your face and clearing your stubble serves as a vital mental reset to anchor your day. It also provides immediate external leverage. Psychologists call it the halo effect. When you present a polished exterior, people naturally assume you are competent and reliable in your actual work. In fact, an individual's appearance accounts for roughly half of the perceived wage premium they experience in their career. This chart shows the actual financial impact. Data collected on workplace earnings proves that being well-groomed directly correlates to a 4 to 5% salary premium over your average peers. And as the chart expands, we see this premium applies across all occupations. Interestingly, it spikes highest in jobs where personal productivity and internal traits matter most, not just in outward-facing sales roles. This financial leverage is accompanied by a measurable drop in internal stress. Data from the Journal of Behavioral Health shows that a consistent grooming routine can lower cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, by as much as 83%. Taking care of your appearance signals discipline to your employer and establishes immediate professional credibility while actively keeping your own anxiety in check. If looking sharp yields higher pay and drops your stress, the logical next step might seem to be waking up 2 hours early to perfect every detail in the mirror. Researchers at Elon University tested exactly that. They analyzed the American Time Use Survey, isolating the exact number of minutes men spent washing, shaving, and dressing, and compared it directly to their wages. Look at the trend line here. Earnings reliably rise as daily grooming time approaches 20 minutes. But after that point, the returns flatline and eventually start to drop. Pushing past that 20-minute mark actually correlates with a decrease in earnings. Spending too much time grooming eats into your daily efficiency and begins to drag down your overall productivity. The objective is quality over quantity. You need to build a highly efficient system that secures that financial and psychological upside, but gets you out of the bathroom in under 20 minutes. Hitting that 20-minute target depends entirely on the tools you use. The hardware you choose completely dictates the speed and comfort of your morning routine. This is the traditional single-blade safety razor. For generations, it has been the gold standard for achieving the absolute closest cut while minimizing the risk of ingrown hairs. Because the blade makes direct, aggressive contact with your skin, it demands dedicated prep time. If you try to rush a wet shave to beat the clock, the blade will cause microabrasions and leave you with razor burn. Contrast this with the electric foil shaver. Because it operates more like a pair of rapid-fire scissors than a raw blade, it cuts mandatory prep time to virtually zero. This matrix breaks down the trade-off. The electric foil places a physical barrier between the blade and your face, dropping the irritation risk. But it sacrifices absolute closeness to get that speed. And if you're switching from a manual razor, your skin requires a multi-week adaptation phase before the electric shave feels entirely comfortable. Choosing your razor means making a direct choice between dermatological precision and morning efficiency. If you opt for the traditional wet shave because you prioritize closeness, you have to manage the friction problem. This is where pre-shave oil becomes a mandatory step. When you apply a natural base like jojoba or argan oil, it softens the hair keratin and creates a physical lipid barrier across the surface of your skin. As the blade passes, it glides over that barrier instead of dragging against your face. This drastically reduces the mechanical friction responsible for razor burn and post-shave redness. The trade-off is time and maintenance. Applying the oil adds about 60 seconds to your routine, and you have to rinse your blade thoroughly to keep the thick oil from dulling the metal. That 60-second investment acts as a friction tax. You pay it up front to avoid days of visible skin irritation and discomfort. Earning the grooming premium no longer requires a completely bare face. The modern workplace accepts facial hair, provided it is strictly maintained. In 2026, the short corporate beard and the even-length refined stubble have emerged as highly viable, time-saving alternatives. These styles deliver professional credibility and define your jawline, allowing you to bypass the daily wet shave process entirely. The trade-off simply shifts to strict weekly maintenance. To keep a corporate beard looking intentional rather than unkempt, you have to consistently trim the length and carve sharp neck and cheek lines. Wearing intentional facial hair is a calculated, lower-frequency grooming strategy. It requires precision, just on a weekly schedule instead of a daily one. Now we map these tools to your actual mornings. To build your routine, you need to identify your primary constraint. Are you short on time, or do you have sensitive skin? For speed, follow the time-poor path to the optimizer stack, relying on an electric foil or corporate beard. If razor bumps are your issue, follow the sensitivity path to the skincare struggler stack, utilizing a safety razor and pre-shave oil. By trading an extra 3 minutes of daily prep time, this group guarantees long-term skin health and physical comfort. Adopting a specific tailored stack eliminates morning decision fatigue. You know exactly what tools to grab to get a high-return outcome. Men's grooming is a mechanism for professional leverage. It is a calculated investment in how the world perceives your competence. Whatever system you choose, the data holds firm. You must keep the total routine under 20 minutes to actually see the return on your time. A structured, efficient grooming routine operates as mental fitness in disguise. Completing this specific process is your first strategic win of the day. It establishes order and control before the chaos of work even begins. By mastering a routine that respects both your professional image and your limited time, you secure a predictable boost in confidence and self-esteem before the day even begins.
Adler Stone, the heritage brand that brings a difference to your day. More than just a good start to the day, but a tradition that gives an edge.